Salutations, Stufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. We already started laughing before I even cut the camera on. I am enjoying getting to know all of the people that I support and that support me. It has been a beautiful journey of conversation, and it has not stopped, and it continues to grow. And some pretty big things are being born out of authenticity and coming to this camera open and ready to learn and listen and heal and grow. And having said all of that, I have someone that you need to meet. This person is very special to me because long before I decided to do a little platform test like this, years ago, we're talking years ago, I've been on social media 5.5 years. They were doing talk shows and interviewing people, and this person even interviewed me. So it's so full circle for me to be able to interview them now. So without further ado, I would like all of you to be introduced and meet the fabulous Dejavu. You look amazing. You look amazing.
Do it for you, girl.
How are you today?
I am fine, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Listen, this was a no-brainer. This was a no-brainer. I'm a newbie at this. Let's just say it like that. I'm a newbie at talk show. You know, I'm a newbie at interview, and even the way I'm doing it, it's not really an interview. It's a conversation. It's just yeah. But you've been doing this, red carpets all over. You've been doing this a long time. And I just want to
you're doing a fabulous job, darling.
Thank you. Thank you. But you always do a fabulous job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
fabulous
you so much.
Is in your name. Tell these people, so please, that's the first question. Tell these people how the fabulous Dejavu came about.
Baby, let me tell you, honey, it's a journey. It's a journey.
Yes.
It started out when I was a club kid. I used to be a club kid back in the day, back in like the 90s.
Okay.
I would go to the club and I would be, really, styled out, over the top fashion, with the hair,
yes.
The makeup, everything would just be like, over the top. And I was like a club kid. And I was in the club one early morning, I might say, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, honey. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I need a name, honey. I need to come up with something that's going to be like, get a lot of little fire under, the persona. And so it just came to me, the name just came to me on the dance floor, Dejavu. I was like, that's it. The universe just handed me that name. And, and ever since then, I've just been branding myself, as Dejavu. I started out, like I said, I was a club kid. Yeah. And then I started to do, people asked me to do more like interviews on the red carpet. And so I wanted to become a little bit more commercial. So I started marketing myself a little bit, tone it down just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But still kept the persona of Dejavu, and so that name came to me. The universe handed me that name many, many years ago on the dance floor. And ever since then, honey, I've just been living and branding that name and becoming the persona and living.
I can't even say anything. I just had to be quiet because as long as I can remember, Dejavu is when you see someone and you've seen them before. You know that you've seen them before. I remember you from somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like what that stands for, because even before, I was the Queen of Shade, I remember seeing you online and I'm like, wow. And the fabulous came into it, and it just, what I must say, and all of our watchers must know, is that I love your personality. You are like, it's, what's so funny, like I even heard you say, commercial. I had to be a little bit more commercial, but you know what? I love that even in your desire to be commercial, you still maintained who you are. You still maintained your brand and your integrity, because this is you. Like, these people don't even know. This will be your top, and then you'll have on a crinoline skirt with red boots on the bottom. Like, we don't have enough of that anymore. We don't have enough of that.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And, and a lot of times people ask me, you might need to like tone it down a little bit, wearing a little bit, being androgynous and everything like that. I'm like, no. Accept me for who I am. This is who I am. And I'm not going to change who I am. Because if I feel like if I'm changing from who I am, I'm not being myself.
Right.
And that need to be yourself and live your authentic truth is the thing that you can do for yourself.
Right.
And so bitches have it.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad, because I could imagine that a lot of kids, a lot of young people, even if they might not tell you, I could imagine so much that they find inspiration in you. I've even seen people that you've interviewed or people in passing, and they're just looking at you and they're like, wow, because you are a butterfly in a world filled with caterpillars. You are. You are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I wanted to bring you on here. We're going to talk about where you're from and all of that, but I want people to understand the importance of being oneself. Your ability, they need to know this. Your ability to be yourself made me comfortable with myself.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Queen. That is so sweet.
Try not to cry, because it's real. It's true. Well, seeing you be you made me say, if he can do it, I can too.
That's what I want to be. I want to be an inspiration for people. I want to let people know it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
It's okay to stand out. It's okay to be odd. It's okay not to fit in. Because when the universe made you, they made you specially. There's nobody like you. And that is your superpower. That is the power that you have to be yourself and trust that, and knowing that it's enough. Yeah. It's enough.
Yeah. And what I love is, I love that, like, people can't look at you and say, well, what is this? It doesn't make any sense. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. If you look at you, everything you wear, it all makes sense. I couldn't imagine anyone trying to say to you, well, you need to do this or you need to do anything different. And I love it. We live in a time where the world is crying out for individuality. And many of us, we have been this for so long, but it just wasn't our time. We were waiting. And now it's like, literally, it's like the divine just pulled the veil back and said, okay, it's open season on everybody that's odd, everybody that's otherworldly. I won't even say odd, otherworldly. Everyone else that's alien, everyone else that just looks like they don't belong here.
Yes.
Right. And it's just to see it. It's just so.
That was so beautiful the way you put that. And, and that's what we need. That's what we need. We need to be ourselves. We don't have to be the next, the next T.S. Madison. We don't have to be the next, we don't have to be the next Jay-Z. We don't have to be the next RuPaul. We can be the next ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's okay to draw influences from people and stuff like that, but still stay true to who you are and be authentic.
I am so emotional. I can't even hold it back, because a couple of days ago, I was on your platform. And, in this whole business of social media, we see each other when we see each other. People don't understand that this is in passing too. We see each other. Oh, we check up. Oh, your content came up. We say hi. And then we move back into our lane of doing whatever we're supposed to do. And I was mortified because I saw you hooked up to a machine.
Say that again, Queen.
I saw you hooked up to a machine.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It was rough. It was a rough summer for me. I'll put it like that. 2021 was a rough summer for me. you
Yeah.
know, and I don't, I know it was supposed to be that way. It was supposed to happen
Yeah.
because the universe don't put anything on anybody unless it is supposed to happen. It wasn't by accident, that was supposed to happen. And I just have to go through that,
Right.
you know.
And then here you are,
Here I am.
doing you, being you, giving me the time to talk to you. And that's real strength, Deja Vu.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It, I have to say, I've always been a fighter,
Yep.
and I've always not tried to, feel sorry for myself no matter what life throws at me. I just have to deal with it because, if I get upset and I go about, why me, all that is not going to help anything. That's not going to help anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, going through that process, it gave me a lot of time to really think about life and think about myself.
Yeah.
It really did. And think about, how lucky I am that I'm still here and how lucky that the universe was like, okay, you can handle this.
Yeah.
You can get through this.
Yeah.
Just keep your positive attitude and just, deal with what you have to deal with and deal with it the way you want to deal with it. Not anybody else. Deal with the way that you have to deal with it and you're going to be okay.
That's the moment I knew when I looked at you. I said, this man is going to get everything he wants from life and then some. I knew in that moment for you to even share that. And then, like you said, it wasn't a sad thing. You weren't crying. You weren't sad. You were like, look, this is what I got to deal with. And then we're going to move on. And then here you are today. I admire you. I admire you. Even when you interviewed me, I admire you because let me tell you something. I interviewed a fashion icon yesterday. And she said something in our interview that made a lot of sense. She said, when you're an actor, musician, those kinds of jobs, you can put something in front of yourself. But when you are a model, when you are a talk show host, when you are someone that deals with the public, it's you. It's all you. It's all you. You can't hide.
Right. You can't.
Yeah. And I like when I thought of you when she said it, because I'm like, God, this man doesn't even understand that. Even in me seeing that, I was like, oh, like I can be who I need to be. It doesn't matter what happened. Like, because I think we talked about it even during my interview. I've had some Hollywood bad experiences and people doing negative things to me behind the scenes in Hollywood. But when I came to your page, I was like, oh, honey, I can handle all of that. I can handle, like you gave me the strength to keep going. This, like I said, this right here is new to me. But, to even have you say you're doing a great job, because my thing is, I don't like when you interview, I love it because you know how to get from your subject what you need to get. You know how to ask the right questions. You know how to get them talking. What I do is it's more like a conversation. It's more like, it's me even again being weird in the world of, interviewing. It's a conversation. They learn about you, they learn about me, but I need everyone watching before we even go anywhere to understand that I'm standing on your shoulders.
Well, I appreciate that, and you do things the way the Queen of Shade does things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be anybody else. You're just being yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so beautiful, because we're all different and we all do things. We might do the same things, but we do it our way. Yeah. We all have our own little style or our own little personality that we do, and we do it our own way. That's the beauty of everything, and that's what I tell people, when I find out about other events and stuff like that, I don't mind sharing, let other people know about that, even though we do the same thing. We all going to do the same thing, but nobody's going to do it like you, the Queen of Shade.
And nobody's going to do it like you.
Exactly, that part right there. And so it's okay to share. This is a big space. It's enough room for everybody.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes. Yes. And this industry that we're in, they keep trying to pit us against each other. They keep trying to make us be in competition with each other. And I feel so sorry and sad for the artists that take the bait and actually do that, because if you start in conflict, you're going to end in conflict.
Exactly. Yes. That part. Yeah. That is.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So, and that's right out of the good book. That's right out of the good book. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's just how it goes. So, okay. I got over my emotion.
Okay.
Oh, so tell us all where you're from.
All right. So I am, believe it or not, honey, I am a country boy to my soul. Honey, I grew up in a small town called Conyers, Georgia. And honey, when I was little, I used to run around and, barefooted and, play in the dirt and all that kind of stuff like that. I grew up in a neighborhood where everyone knew everyone. My parents, they didn't have a lot, but we didn't want for anything. I'm the oldest of 3 boys. So I do have like little play sisters, stuff like that. Yeah. But yes, I am country to the bone, honey. But you know what, honey, I knew that I belong in the city. I knew that part right there growing up, because I used to say, I'm going to live in Los Angeles. I'm going to live in New York, or I'm going to live, somewhere else that's bigger than that, bigger than Conyers. And, it's amazing. And then once I got old enough to drive, baby, let me do. Honey, when I got old enough to drive, honey, I was going to the city every weekend, hanging out on the weekends, meeting my tribe, you know what I mean? And hanging out with my tribe and just learning and just living and having a ball, And so, Conyers I'm living in Atlanta now. So Conyers is about maybe 25 minutes outside of Atlanta.
Tell me, what was it like to actually find your tribe? Because I'm going to confide in you. I haven't found mine yet.
Well, it wasn't easy, Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit.
Yes, please do. When
I was growing up, my mother would have like drag queens come to our house.
Oh, wow.
I knew at that time that I was gay, but at that age, I hadn't came out yet or anything like that. And so I'm like, okay, Mom, you accept people for who they are, And, growing up, my mother was kind of like a party woman, party girl, stuff like that. So people would come to our house on Friday, Saturday, and we had like a little jukebox and stuff like that. And people would come over and, put money in the jukebox and dance and, just have a ball, And so eventually I got a chance to know the drag queens, but I was still in the closet. So it was like, I was living in a little separate life at that time, 2 separate lives, because I hadn't quite came out yet. And so they were the first one that turned me on to gay clubs. And baby, when I got a taste of that, I was like, yes, my tribe is here, honey. My people. I was like, oh yes, honey. I was going every weekend, child. When I got old enough to drive, because I wasn't quite old enough at the time to get into clubs and stuff like that, because they were a little older than I was. But baby, as soon as I got old enough to drive and go to the club and stuff like that, honey, I was going out on Saturdays and I was coming home and my mother was like, you ain't gonna be coming here all the time at 9 in the morning, honey. We not gonna have that. You're gonna be coming here. I'm like, okay, Mom, okay, I understand. But baby, the way I found my tribe is when I would go out to the club, because the gay people, I was considered the gay community was my tribe was my tribe, because they were people who were like me. But I was living 2 different lives, Queen. I was living 2 different lives. I was trying to be I was trying to live my life like people wanted me to live. They wanted me to, go to the prom. They wanted me to date girls and, have that type of lifestyle. And then the other lifestyle I was doing, I was going to the club, hanging out and meeting boys and stuff, and meeting the boys at the club and stuff like that. But baby, let me tell you this. So I was living two different lives at one time. I really was. I was dating girls. I was kind of liking girls and I'm liking boys, but I was kind of like trying to live this straight life. And I was dating this girl that we both went to the same high school and stuff like that. And we went to the prom together. But in the back of my mind, I was still liking this boy in my neighborhood who I was growing up with. And baby, he was like I had a big crush on this boy. He knew I had a crush on him too. But we kind of like messed around a little bit. That's right there. And honey, let me tell you, if we would go to the basketball games and he would be at the basketball games, and child, I had stuck a little note in his little jacket.
Okay, I have to say something right there. I used to be that way. Like, put the note, yeah, everything ain't jacked and grinder. Like, here's a note.
Here's a note. Here's a note. I read him a little note and everything. And I called him later on that night and just get my note. I said, no, I didn't get your note, but I'll go and check it out and stuff like that. But anyway, honey, he was my first boy I ever kissed.
Oh.
He was like the first boy I ever kissed, honey. And let me tell you, that boy he had my nose wide open, bro. Oh my God. So we both decided. So what he decided that, he was like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think this is me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, fine then. That's you do your thing and I'll do mine. And so, believe it or not, he and I went to the prom together.
Are you serious?
Wait a minute, we went to the prom together, but we took these two girls to the prom.
That sounds like some DL culture for real.
The girls had no idea, child.
Poor girls. Woo!
But baby, we went to the prom together, honey. I'll never forget. I had my little Trans Am. They had the little T-tops and everything, honey. And we went to the prom together. All four of us went to the prom together. So it was just crazy. We were teenagers, so we were just doing crazy stuff. But anyway, check this out, crazy. So come to find out, the girl that I went to the prom with, we actually started dating.
Oh, okay. The twist.
Yes, there's a twist. Oh, there's a big twist on it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How many kids you got? Let me say.
Baby, that's next.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead. Take your time. I'm not rushing ahead.
But anyway, he and I went to the prom together. So we, his girl, he ended up marrying the girl he went to the prom with. But I never been married the girl he ended up marrying the girl he went to the prom with. But I didn't marry the girl I went to the prom with because I was still kind of strutting the fence a little bit. So anyway, so she and we started dating and stuff like that. And then I graduated because I was a year ahead of her. So I graduated a year from ahead of her. And then we started back dating again. And so we started dating and everything. And all of a sudden, honey, we are pregnant. Yes, ma'am, we are pregnant with a baby boy. Had a baby boy, yes. And here I am, honey, working, just got out of school and stuff like that. And I'm a father at 19.
Wow.
Yes. I was a father at 19.
Wow.
But eventually, as time went on, I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this, and I can't keep living these two different lives. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to her.
Yeah.
And so eventually, we broke up and everything like that. And then eventually I explained to her, I told her, what was the tea?
Said my man done got married.
And so eventually I told her, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm gay. I'm gay, and I want to be honest with you because, it's not fair to you. It's not fair to me, so I have to be honest with you. And so that's what it was. And she respected me for telling her that and everything. But that was, years later down the road. And, eventually I had to tell my son, so eventually he and I had the conversation, and I told him when he got old enough to understand. And still today, when I told him, he was like, you still my dad, I still love you. And, and I support you. You're my dad. That's nothing that's going to change.
Wow.
Yes, honey. And honey, there's more tea, baby.
Yes, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. What?
There's more tea. And eventually, moving on, my son got married and everything like that. And honey, he had 4 daughters.
Oh, wow.
So that made glam father.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a glam father.
I'm a glam father, honey. And all the girls, I used to keep the girls so they would come up when they were little and stuff like that. I would have all these girls in the house at one time.
Oh my God.
All 4 girls would come and spend the night with me, hang out with the weekend with me. And I have a life partner that we've been together since 2000.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. We have a house together here in Atlanta. And the girls would come up and spend the weekend with both of us. And they, they knew everything. And they would just live just like kids would. I would paint their fingernails. I would do their hair. And, we would make breakfast. And, we would go to the park and everything like that with my partner and stuff like that. And now the girls are, much older now, and they're doing their little thing now. And they still come. I still talk to them on FaceTime, all 4 of them at the same time. So I have to say that I'm very blessed. I've been really blessed. I really, really have been blessed, with my life and everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it didn't stop me from doing the things I wanted to do as far as, pursuing my career. I was acting at one time. When I was going through the acting, at one time before, let me back up a little bit. When I was like in my early teens, I wanted to model. And I was driving to Atlanta to this little modeling school.
Yes.
And I would go there, do the classes and blah, blah, blah. Then they would send me on little go-sees and, things of that nature. Then I moved up from that. Then I wanted to get more into acting and, all of that. So I started acting, went to acting school and took some classes and, went to some castings and had the opportunity to be featured on The Walking Dead.
Wow.
Yes. I was featured on The Walking Dead as one of the walkers, and they had my zombie eyeballs in the opening credits.
Wow.
And then I was featured again on The Walking Dead. I was in a scene with this actress. She was in I don't know if you've seen the Black Panther.
Yes.
Okay. The one that was the leader of the girls in the series, the one with the bald head.
Yes.
Her.
I don't know her name. I don't know. I forget her name.
Yeah, she has one of those names that I think she might be from Africa or something.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. I know exactly who you're talking about.
She was the lead warrior in that scene. Well, she and I, we did, me, her, and like 3 more actors. We did a scene together, and she was, in Walking Dead, she had the sword. She was famous with the sword, and of course, she kicked our ass in that picture. Yes. She kicked our ass in that scene, but that was like one of the most amazing experiences I had in my career as an actor. And it was amazing. And then I had the opportunity to work with Morgan Freeman in Las Vegas. I was a club kid in that scene. I was having a little skirt and a little top hat and a little stick on, and and that was a lot of fun too. And Morgan Freeman said, "If you ain't got nothing to say, don't say. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all." I said, "You got that right, honey." But he was an amazing actor to work with. He was really, really cool, and I really had a good time with him and Michael Douglas, and not Al Pacino, but I can't think of the other actor name, but that was another highlight of my career as an actor.
Wow,
Yeah.
you have been, but see, that's what people don't understand. Even for my little self, it's been 20 years. This year made 20 years in this business. And I started the same way you did. I went to Barbizon here in Philadelphia. I went to Barbizon and did little modeling classes, but they taught me a lot about like turning and, you know, how to travel with clothes and, you know, stuff like that. But people don't understand that what we are beholding is years in the making.
Yes. Honey, yes.
It's
and you know what?
crazy.
And I'm so glad that I went through all of that because it taught me a lot how to deal with the industry. You know what I mean? Because everything doesn't happen overnight. It could take years for things to happen to really get going, the things that you want to do.
Yep.
And that's why I tell everyone, you know, when they get into this business and when I interview people, like either, you know, whether they're rappers or models or actors, I'll be like, you know, enjoy the journey and take it for what it is. And what's for you is going to be for you, period.
Yeah.
No matter what's for you is going to be for you, and can't nobody take it away. Can't nobody stop it. Because that's yours. That's what the universe has designed for you to have that. So whatever there is that you want to do in life, no matter what, you can do it because it's yours. And the only person that can hold you back is yourself.
There you go. There you go. See, I love talking to you because I get this from your page. You like, you know, and it's not enough of us out here that know, you know,
right.
And then it's like, okay, because I saw on your page, I stay on your page, as you can see, like I stay on your Instagram. No, but I saw that you were telling, I think it was, you were shouting out Tyler Perry, and you were telling him, listen, I have experience. You want a talk show, you want to shake things up. I'm that person. I can shake things up. It's time. You know, there's so much happening for all people that are other at this time in the world, and that this would be a good idea. And I literally saw that, and I'm like, yo, I hope Tyler sees this. We need to send this to Tyler, because like you really, like I'm not gonna lie, I can see a talk show. And the reason why I can, and I can see you wearing your crinoline skirts, I can see you wearing the top hats, I can see you wearing your bow ties and your boots, because like, listen, the world is calling for it. The world is yearning for it. The world is yearning for it. And I want to put something else in your head too. For me, the reason why I asked you about your tribe is because I've always had difficulty with my own. It's always been this. I've always had to go outside of my community to get the respect and the honor and the opportunities. So my thing is, even if Tyler doesn't see the benefit of it right now, keep going, because let me tell you something about this. They know money when they see it, and they enforce it very quickly. It's sad to say, but my people, they don't invest in their artists the way that they should. You know, they don't do that. They watch you, they gawk at you, they snoop and secret watch. But this, oh, we love you, here's a donation. Oh, we love, it's different. It's different.
True. That is true, Queen. That is so cool. That is so true. And even though I found my tribe, but I still don't get the support from some of my tribe that I think that are really my tribe. You know what I mean? Because I get mostly support from outside of my tribe. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I'm going to work with Tyler Perry, but I know I'm going to work with Tyler Perry. I don't know how it's going to happen, but the universe is going to make it happen.
Say it.
It's going to happen, girl. It's going to happen. He's on my wall. My vision. I have a vision board on my wall here. I have him on my wall. I have the studio here on my wall. Any type of thing that I want to do, I put it on my vision board, and
You're
I do
manifesting.
that part right there. And you know what else I did? I love doing too, Queen of Shade.
Right.
I love to do affirmations.
Yep.
When I was going through my cancer,
Yep.
before I got really sick, yep, I would write down these affirmations and I put them in the bathroom around my mirror.
Yep.
And so when I get up every morning that I get up, I read those affirmations. Yeah. And they have really brought me so far in a long way, because you really don't know you have cancer until you really don't know about cancer until you have it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I tell everybody that, because even though I had it and I dealt with it, there's other people that have it, but we all deal with it in different ways. And for me, saying affirmations, and doing manifestations has really brought me a long way, because my mind mentally is still, when you have cancer, it messes with your mind. It really tells you things, there's a lot of negativity that are brought into your mind. So for me, doing those affirmations and doing my manifestations and doing a little bit of meditation, it really, girl, I mean, a lot.
Yeah. And that's what I knew I knew it would not be like, it was serious, but I just knew you'd bounce back. Mm-hmm. I just no, because I want them to understand. I know a lot of people, they always say, well, Queen, you don't really offer. No, because first of all, I'm speaking to people and this is what I love. It is not, just because I'm the Queen of Shade does not mean I'm anybody, if you understand what I'm saying. My attitude is this. Yes, I'm a star, but I'm talking to other stars. So I'm gleaning from you. I'm learning from you. I'm hearing about your life experience. And I would have never known you did all of that if you didn't tell me. You have been, I don't want to date your age, but you've been in the business for a long time.
Yes, I am.
And people need to know that. And you know what? That's why I'm so thankful. This is why I'm thankful for platforms like this. Because then people go, oh, okay. And what I love about the work that we do is it's retroactive. So we do it and then we move on. And then people, when they come into the knowledge of who we are, they go back and watch everything we did. And that's when the great happenings start to happen, because it's like, oh, I remember I saw this and I went back and I watched this and I watched that. It's cumulative. It all combines later. It compiles later, like interest. And I just love it so much. You've been doing this a long time, but you know what? I knew that before even knowing about that, because your red carpet interviews, on the red carpet, let me tell you something. Can't nobody do that better than you. I'm just going to say that. No, I'm gonna just say that, because you know what I love? Every single person you've ever brought on the carpet, I have never seen anyone be uncomfortable, male or female. And that's the thing, to be able to project your energy in that moment to where you're asking questions, and the men and women, and I've seen them, straight men, straight women, they're it's kind of like that joke that they used to say, if you own you, they can't make fun of you.
That part.
They can't, if you know what it is, they can't use it against you.
Right.
When you stand up there and you're like, how is it like this? And there's nothing left for them to do but answer the question.
Yeah. And you know what and I try when I'm on the red carpet, I'm trying to make my interviews about them.
Yep.
I try to make them feel comfortable, because I'm interested and I want to know about you and what you're doing. Yep. And this is, I want to make people feel like they're a star. It's all about you. I want to know about you, what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing. Share your world with me and everyone else, and I try to make things so simple, because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm so scared. I'm like, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I even tell people I still get nervous.
Yeah. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I do too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
I still get nervous, but I have and I do have a little bit of a saboteur. I do have a little bit of a saboteur. And sometimes when the saboteur is telling me these negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, then, well, you said that, you stay over here and I'm gonna go over here and do that.
Yeah. See, you have so much vitality, strength, resolve, reserves, resiliency. Like there's just so many words that are just coming to my head. Like it's just, like it's just the courage, the bravery. Like it's just because, even in the face, I love bravery because that's in the face of fear, you still act. That courage is you still act and you do. Like I've never, and the funny thing is people say that to me too. I'd be like, I was nervous, and they're like, what? I could never tell on you. I could never.
Yeah.
Tell.
Right.
Never.
Right. And that's when people tell me, like before I get the chance to interview them, they like, I'm nervous. I'm like, we're both nervous together. We're just gonna have fun. We're just gonna have fun. It's just a camera just gonna be in front of you, and all you have to do. And I always tell people, just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be yourself. That's all you got to do. When you try to not be yourself, that's when you get nervous. That's when you get all displayed and get, just be you. That's all you need to do. Yeah. And just be you, because as human, I've even heard celebrities on television say that they get nervous when they get up to present an award. You know what I mean? Because we're human.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
It is okay. And I was just going to say, like, I think the nervousness is good because it lets us, like it gives us the respect for what we're about to do.
Yes, that's so true. It is a good thing to be nervous. It's okay. it really, let me tell you something, Queen. About 2 years ago, I come from the beauty industry. I was a hairdresser for 16 years. Yeah, I worked in a prominent salon here in Atlanta. It was a high-end salon. I already, honey, when I graduated from beauty school and I got my associate's degree, I already knew what type of salon I wanted to be in. I already had visualized it already, because when I was going to school, I was wearing, the little black and white shirt, and I'll always wear a tie.
Yeah.
Always wear a tie to school. So when I graduated and it was time for me to go out and find a job, I went to like 3 different salons. The third salon I walked in and I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is the place. It was everything I had visualized. I had visualized like a TV screen with fashion models walking on the runway. It was a high-end salon. It was like a split level salon, but this was only, it was just one opening salon. It was just, open. It was just one level, but it was a high-end salon. And I went there and applied for the job, and the owner was out of town. And so they interviewed me anyway. And so when I got home, I got the call and said, hey, can you come in? We were really interested in you working for our salon. Went there, interview, honey, got the job just like that. And then, because when I got out of school, I always wanted to work somewhere where there was continuing education.
Yes.
Because anybody sat in my chair, whether they was black, white, green, purple, blue, I wanted to learn how to do their hair. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And offer continuing education. It was a French salon, and they did French cutting, and they also did French technique called balayage, which is a form of highlighting.
Wow.
Because when I went to school, they only taught us how to cut British. And cutting British, you cut from the bottom up. And when you cut French, you cut from the top down. And I loved it. It made the haircut quicker. It made the haircut softer. And it made it so easy. And I had to learn, before they put me on the floor at that salon, I had to train for at least like 3 to 6 months before they even put me on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved it. Yeah. I loved it.
You know what I love about your life? It's fabulous. Like that is the word. No, because people don't understand. Like, there are so many people today, even that are going to see this, that wish they were somebody else, that wish they were you or me. And it's like, no, baby, Manifest who you are. Be
Mhm.
who you are. You said
Yeah.
earlier, there is enough room and space out here for every single one of us. And do you know, I think it's an insecurity of the human race to think that no one's going to need what they offer.
Right. Yes.
It's
And
like,
that is so true that you say that. And then a lot of times people don't have the confidence in themselves to do the things that they need to do
exactly.
because they're looking at everybody else is doing their thing. You know, they're looking at everybody else and they're comparing themselves to everyone else.
Yes.
You
And
know,
it's like, come on. Like, and then, and I said this, in 2008, 2009, 2007, 2008,
uh-huh.
and 2009, I took a job at a little known agency here in Philadelphia that was for women with very exceptional voices.
Uh-huh.
Let's say it like that. And I would get on the phone with my gentlemen callers
Uh-huh.
and we would talk. And you know, that too gave me so much confidence because here I was talking to powerful men, men of
Mhm.
prominence, and
Right.
they were looking for me
Right.
in the fantasies, in all of that. They were looking for me. It gave me so much confidence.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like what I'm trying to say is that even when you lack the confidence,
Mhm.
there are places you can go and get the confidence from. Like it's not some holy grail hidden underwater in a cave somewhere. Like you can go, if you go and see, this is the thing, people need to not be so insecure because for me to want to do what I did, I had to
Mhm.
seek out people that did what I do and not
Right.
necessarily the way I do it, but be in the business of doing what I do.
Exactly.
Singers, dancers, models,
Yeah.
businessmen, like you have to seek these people out. But it's unfortunate because if you are so hung up on in your insecurity, you won't be able to go to that person needing them to teach you to
Right.
glean the information because get this, your energy is going to be off and they're going to tell, they're going to
Yeah.
notice.
That's true.
They're going to notice.
That's true.
I had an interview where the lady said to me, she said, when I met you, she said, people usually, when they see famous people or people that are successful, they're aggressive. Oh, I want a picture. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. And she said, you were not. She said, I could tell then you wanted answers. You were questioning me. Your spirit was open to me and you were not aggressive. And that's the thing. Like people don't understand. If I'm the one that needs something from you, you
Mhm.
should be able to tell that from me. I shouldn't be walking around like I'm hot shit. And then you
Right.
find out I need something from you.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
you know, like it just, as you were talking, I'm just like, I just find that you and other people that I have talked to, you guys are wells of information, wells of experience, wells of knowledge. Like you guys just have, you've done it. And it's just so, it's so amazing. That's why I'm not saying much because I'm listening, you know,
Right.
like it's like, what did they say? What did Beyonce say? Who said it? Shut up, fives and tennis talking. I think it might have been Drake. I think it might have been Drake. But you know, it's like shut up, fives and tennis talking. Like it doesn't matter what I do in my life. I value information and I value experience.
Yeah.
And those, yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was just going to say, like for me, it took me a while to get to where I am, because I didn't always have that confidence. I always, didn't think I was good enough or, like that. But I had to like put myself out there and I have to take chances. You know what I mean? Like when I was a hairdresser for 15, 16 years, I was like, and I was like, there's something else for me to do. There's something else for me to do. And I would sit home and I would watch television. And then here we go again with manifestation.
Yeah.
I would watch these TV shows and I'm like, wow, I would love to be on that TV show.
Yep.
I would love to be on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And so the universe always tells me when to do things. I don't know how, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but
you are. You're saying
the
it right.
universe say, you have a friend that lives in New York. reach out to your friend and tell your friend about your idea that you want to do. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to retire from being a hairdresser. I have been there and I've done that, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I used to. So I called my friend up and I was like, hey, I got this idea. I want to come to New York and I want to go to Fashion Week. Because before I would just, I would fly back and forth on the weekends, and it was getting expensive, just to do, media and red carpet in New York during Fashion Week.
Yeah. And
so I was telling my friend, I said, look, would you mind if I come and stay with you for a little while? Just to I won't have to, fly back and forth and everything like that. And he was like, I tell you what I'll do. He said, I'll help you out, and you don't have to pay any rent. The only thing that you will have to do is find you a job, save your money, and you can do the things that you want to do while you're here in New York. I'll set up a space in my house for you. But I said, okay, I'm not looking for a roommate. I said, okay, I respect that. I said, give me 3 months.
Yeah.
Honey, we did the whole contract and everything. Because we've been knowing each other. He used to live here in Atlanta, right. And he was back in the day with me when I became Dejavu.
Right.
And we was doing our little club things and just be crazy and wild and everything like that.
Right.
So we wrote out a contract. He said, Dejavu is going to stay with me for 3 months, and then after that, he has to either find him somewhere else to go, live or go back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Baby, I took it up like that. Mistake, I was mailing suitcases to I was mailing suitcases to New York. I was mailing packages and everything. And I was getting ready. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity. And I spoke with my life partner about it. I said, look, just give me a year. All I want is a year.
Yeah.
So once I got there, honey, because the guy used to cut my hair here in Atlanta, he had referred me to a job in New York as a waiter. I was like, I'll do anything. I just want to work. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I just want to work because I'm not ashamed. I'll work. I'm a hustler. I don't mind working.
Right.
I get to New York and I got everything situated, and I got there with my friend and everything like that. He had made my little room and everything. And I went to the interview that the guy had recommended from Atlanta to cut my hair. And I get there and I interviewed with the guy. He looked at my resume. He looked at my, I filled out application and everything. He's like, well, looking at your application, I don't think you have enough experience, as a waiter. I'm like, wait a minute. I've got 10 or 12 years as experience as a waiter. And he was like, well, I don't think you have enough experience. I said, you know what? I'll do anything. It does not matter. I'll wash dishes if I have to. I'll bust tables if I have to. I just want to work. It didn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Right. It didn't matter. I just wanted to work. Baby, so he didn't really, take me up on that. So my little money just going out the window. New York is expensive.
Yes.
Money out the New York's going out the window, baby.
Yes.
So one day I went to, we were having a meeting with one of the fashion show producers. And one of the designers, his boyfriend, worked at Macy's on Herald Square.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, we were just all sitting around talking. I don't know how the subject came up. He's like, well, I work at Macy's and we're getting ready to hire. This is around Christmas holiday. This is around November. And we're going to be hiring. If anybody needs a job, I got cards. Honey, I took one of those cards just like that. Baby, I took one of those cards. And I went on that interview. They hired me, and I started working at Macy's on Herald Square, baby.
Oh my God!
3 months, Queen. The 3 months came around so fast, baby. I was not ready to leave my friend's apartment. And I called him to the side. I said, you know what? I just found my job and everything. And I need a little bit more time. And he was like, I knew you need a little bit more time, but I wasn't going to ask you. I want you to ask me. I said, give me 3 more months.
That's a friend, though. That's a friend. I
said, give me 3 more months. He said, okay, then let's do 3 more months and write up the contract. He gave me 3 more months. And so once I started working, Queen, I had to get out and find me somewhere to live, girl. I know nothing about New York. I'm coming from Atlanta, having a car. I moved to New York. I got to catch the subway. I got to catch the bus. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I said, you know what? I got to do what I got to do, honey. I'm about to walk in the snow, trying to find it. I didn't want an apartment because I didn't know how long I was to be in New York. I just want a nice little place where I could like have a bedroom, have a nice little clean kitchen, have a nice place where I can, wash and shower and everything like that. Baby, I'm walking in like 3 or 4 inches, 3 or 4 feet of snow and catching the bus, catching the subway, going to these places, trying to find a spot. Baby, I went to some spaces like, oh my God, I cannot believe people are living like this. I said, it's got to be something better. It's got to be something better. So eventually, I found this one place. Thanks to God, the universe is always looking out for me.
Yes.
I went to this one place, and I was like, oh, this place is kind of cute. And so I called the person. I said, hey, I'm coming out there today, and I really like, I'm going to take a look at your space that you have available. I get there, and so it's this gentleman, older gentleman. And before he even let me see the room, honey, he's interviewing me.
Oh my God. And of course, he doesn't know this is what you do. So of course, listen.
Queen, he was asking me where I work, where I'm from, how long I've been in New York, why I need a room. But I was like, because he lived on the property. So that was like, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
Is, on the property, he has that build, that's his building.
Yeah.
So, honey, he said, okay, then I'll show you what I have. Baby, he took me and showed me the room, honey. It was so small, baby. I could barely fit 3 or 4 suitcases in there.
Oh my God. Dejavu.
It was so tiny. But I was like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. I got to take this place. I got to respect my friend. I got to get out of this apartment. And so I took the space. I took it and everything. My roommate and his boyfriend, they moved me in. And there I am with the suitcases stacked, boxes stacked. The bed was the size like a twin size bed.
Now you giving me heart palpitations.
Baby, it was so small. But I respect my roommate. I said, I got to take this because it was decent. It had a nice clean. The kitchen was clean. The bathroom was clean. The room was just tiny. Honey, it was enough room. I bought me a little 13-inch TV.
Oh my God.
And propped it up on that stand, honey, and I made do what it do.
Yes.
And the guy, the landlord, he came in one day because he had to bring me a cable cord for my television.
Yes.
And he's like, oh my God. He said, you need a bigger room. I said, yes. He was, okay, I tell you what, I have another building. He said, give me a couple of weeks and I'll take you over there and let you check it out.
Yeah.
And see if you want to live there or not. The couple of weeks came around. He was like, you ready to go see the other space? I'm like, yes, let's go over. Drove me over there. And it was like on the 3rd floor. It's in the Bronx. We're in the Bronx, honey, mind you.
Yeah, oh Lord.
He took me over there. There was all the rooms were empty.
Oh wow.
I was the first person to like move in that building.
Wow.
So I had choice. I could pick any room that you want. It was nice. It was clean. It was big. The closet was huge.
Wow.
Baby, I took the biggest room there was. I said, I'll take this room right here. And he was like, okay, then the room is yours. When you want to move in? I said, ASAP.
Yeah.
We can do it tomorrow. Move me in. He even moved me in.
Wow.
Moved me in, Queen. He just took all my stuff over there. And we were taking the stuff. I was up on the 3rd floor. Oh, God. Moved me in and everything, Queen. And I said, okay, then finally got settled in. I said, now it's time for me to start doing the things that I came here to do.
Yes.
Went to the Live with Kelly and Ryan talk show, because one of the reasons I wanted to go to New York, because I wanted to see how the behind the scenes work, at the talk show,
Yes.
because to see how everything was run and how they did things like that, because that was my goal. That's what I wanted to do here in Atlanta. And that was one of the shows I would watch, sit at home on the couch and watch Live with Kelly and Ryan.
Wow. So
And I
you are there.
Yeah, and I see these people dancing. I'm like, wow, I would love to do that. And then they would start, at first they started out lip syncing. They would lip sync. And I'm like, oh my God, I would love to do that. And that's one of the reasons I moved to New York. So I got a chance to go to the Live with Kelly and Ryan talk show. Baby, get there, and we sat in the line, and all these people saying, I'm like, how do they do the trivia dancer thing? And so this white lady, that's a nice, she can be, I'll tell you what to do, honey. You get inside the studio, and once they see us, the producer will come out and say, for all of those who want to be the trivia dancer of the day, you can come down on the stage, and you have to compete with other people that want to do the same thing that you want to do.
Let me tell you, but they ain't know you was a club kid, so you was about to win this.
Okay. Yeah.
They had no idea you was going to dance them under the table.
Baby, they turned the music on and we started to dance, and honey, I was running all over the place.
Oh my God.
All over the place, and the music playing, and everybody doing their thing, child, and I'm just doing whatever I need to do. And so they turn the music off, and they let the audience choose. They go down each person, the audience like clap, blah, 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 blah. And so it got down to me and someone else, and we had to do a dance off.
Oh my God. You was really battling.
Baby, I was battling, and my heart was about to pop out of my chest, child. I was so nervous and so scared, but I said, okay, I got to go ahead and do it, because this is what I came before. The music came on, I started doing what I needed to do, blah, 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 blah. And baby, the audience chose me to be their trivia dancer for that day. And I had an opportunity now, and they gave me I think it was 30 seconds of TV time.
Yes.
And I did it, baby. I did it and had a ball. And they called me back. To compete, because they were interviewing these two web stars who were dancers and they had millions of followers on YouTube. And so they had these guys to come in, and they called some of the trivia dancers back. And I was one of the lucky ones that they called back. And so these guys, they chose the people that they wanted to be on their team. Yes. And so I was very fortunate and very lucky that the universe lined me up for all of that, and it made all that stuff happen. And, and New York was, it took me a while to kind of adjust to New York, because I still had to learn the subway, how to get around and everything like that. But my friend had gave me this app. It was like the MTA app that you could just download, and you plug in wherever you want to go, and it tells you what time the subway's leaving, what you need to catch, and everything like that. So that was another manifestation that I had visualized and made come true. And then I had the opportunity to go to the Harry Connick Jr. show.
Wow, you were all.
And I wanted you, because I would watch. There's another show I will always watch at home on my couch, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to go to Harry Connick Jr. show just to see how they do talk shows. Baby, I got a ticket. I went online, got me a ticket, and they said, okay, you got a ticket to come to the show. I get there, and I'm all dogged, I'm all dolled up and everything, just giving them deja vu all to the max, honey.
Yes.
I get there, Queen. They set me down in the front row.
Oh.
I didn't know what was going on. They set me down in the front row. And when the show, they was telling us, what's going to happen, what they want us to do, clap, reel it out when Eric comes out and everything like that. And so we were like, okay, so, and then they would play music, they wanted to get up and dance and everything, so we get up and dance and, have a good time. And so when the show opens up, Harry comes out. And when he comes out, he sees me. He's like, hold it for a second. Excuse me, could you come here for a second? I'm looking around like, me. He's like, yeah, you come here for a second. He's like, when I came out and I saw you, my heart just grew 3 sizes. He was like, where are you from? I said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. He's like, what's your name? I said, Dejavu. He was like, do you dress like this all the time? I said, only when I come and see you. Well, right. He said, you know what? You look amazing.
Yes.
He said, you look amazing. And I just want to bring you up and I hope you enjoyed the show. And then everybody just started clapping. And then the producers came up later on and asked me, would you mind judging a hamburger contest on national TV?
Wow.
Yes, I would love to judge a hamburger contest because that's like one of my favorite, like hamburgers, like one of my favorite things to eat in the whole wide world.
Yes.
And so they brought me up there and they had these two people that was competing. They had their own inventions of hamburgers and stuff like that. And so I was one of the judges along with Yvette Nicole Brown. And I think they had some food star there. But all of this just to say that when you manifest things and you visualize things, you can make things happen. Because you know what they always say, be careful what you wish for.
Yep, you just might get it.
You just might get it. And I say this, and I say that, to tell you all those things, that whatever that you want to do in life,
right,
you can do it.
Yeah. You
can do it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's just like you said that you want to go back to Paris.
Yep.
You're going back to Paris.
Oh, you know I am. This world, this America ain't got nothing for me. I'm out
of here. Truly, no, that is where you're going to be. Yeah. That is where you're going to be.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm so excited for everything that's going to be coming to you and everything that's going to be happening for you. And I cannot wait to see all of this is going to be happening because I already know that you're going to make it happen because you are who you are and there's no one like you in this whole wide world and this whole universe. And I am so proud of you and all the things that you have done, from your merch, from your singing, from your modeling, from everything.
It's been hard, Dejavu. It's been hard.
You're such an inspiration to me, for me to do the things that I want to do. And I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And I support you, and I will always be a supporter of you. And and I know that someday, honey, you and we're going to meet in person.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Listen, they ain't gonna be able to take us. They ain't gonna be able to take us. They ain't gonna be able to take. Listen, they ain't seen nothing. I love avant-garde. And I got, please. Hey. Please, the Victoria's Secret models ain't the only ones that wear wings on the damn carpet, honey. I'm talking on the show, on the stage. Oh no, I want wings. I want all that. I want the long blowing hair.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. So listen, give me 3 words that inspire you to do what you do, be who you are, go where you go. 3 words.
3 words. That's a good question. 3 words that inspire me. 3 words that inspire me. Love. Authenticity. Yep. And faith.
Yes. Yes. I knew you weren't going to let me down. Love, authenticity, and faith. Because without those 3 things, we can't do this.
We can't.
Can't do this.
We can't.
Okay.
I love your hat, by the way. That hat is everything.
This is the reason why I wore this hat. Nobody remembers when I started the Queen of Shade 6 years ago. This was one of the hats.
I love it.
15 seconds, and I wore it today because it was like a nostalgic moment. Like, oh, I remember when I did this. Yes, that's what it was.
It was fabulous on you, honey.
Thank you so much. And I love everything about you. I always do. I always do. And now it makes sense that you know how to do your makeup and all because you were a beautician. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. And you know what? That's another thing because I'm thinking about going to beauty school my damn self. I'm just like, because I do my own makeup. I like windblown, messy hair, so I don't really get it. But I need, I like it messy. But maybe one day I might want to add a curl or something to it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
And that's why I enjoy working at James and Shaw, the French salon.
Yes.
Because that's what their hair was like, messy, tousled, and soft.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. And you do it very well, honey.
Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of the fabulous Deja Vu. Thank you so much for coming on here today and giving me life. Thank you so much. Now, I love this, so don't go anywhere. Say goodbye to the people, but don't go anywhere.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. And
tell them where they can find you. I forgot. Social media. Tell them where they can find you.
So you can follow me on Facebook at Dejavu Williams. You can follow me on Instagram at THE Fabulous Dejavu, all one word. You can also follow me on my YouTube channel at Dejavu Talk Show.
Yes.
So you can find me on those platforms.
Yes. Okay, say goodbye to them.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.